Yo guys, welcome back to another video on my FIFA 17 career mode of Leicester. We start off this episode with a training session here, seeing the players' growth quite nice there, and we see that both of the offers for Riyad Mahrez was accepted. We see there that Mahrez was in fact sold to Chelsea as we go into a game against Everton here in the AFL Cup. Should be a good game, this one. Made quite a lot of changes to the side, as you see here. We put out basically, I think it was a fully changed side here, as I wanted to rest all my players and make sure that they're ready for the next Premier League game. So we brought on pretty much a reserve side here, apart from a couple, but there are still some quite good players in the team. I thought that the team might do quite well, bringing on some of the youngsters that we've just brought into the club this season. Obviously taking out some of the other players but we do add a couple of others to the bench just in case we need to bring someone on at the later stages of the game to make a bit of an impact into the squad. Here we see we're going into the game. Should be a good game, this one. I wasn't coming into this game fully expecting to get much, being it is a fully changed side. Obviously here we see a couple of the new signings, hoping to try and get through to the next round, but wasn't expecting to really, with obviously some of the players that are in the squad not really up to much. Here you see the lineup for the up and coming game, and you see Everton's lineup as well. See that Everton did put out pretty much a first 11 squad here. And here we see is getting ready for kickoff in our first EFL Cup game. Is the first chance basically comes straight from kickoff, as Everton play it round after they've kicked off, passing the ball round, but we was holding them off until the pass into the box and a shot, but just over the bar from Gerard Deulofeu there. Not most attacking of shots, but still threatening nonetheless. Here we see the next one coming just a few minutes later, as we come forward with Demarai Gray down the right hand side, who I've really liked so far in this career. I think he plays really well when he comes on as a sub. He passes it into the Polish left mid, the new signing Kaputska, and he hits it straight at Joel Robles there to send it out for a corner kick, but I think Robles really made more of that save than he really should have. It should have been a very simple save, and straight from that chance we come to the corner kick that they conceded. We play it in with it straight into Demarai Gray, and it just clips the bar and doesn't quite make it into the back of the net, but it does go out for another corner. It was a very unlucky chance there from Demarai Gray, just clipping the top of the bar and just going over. I think Robles had it covered if it was on target, but unlucky nonetheless. We come forward here in the 21st minute as a lot of the new signings link up here. Roberto gives it straight into Bayoza, who has a shot, but it gets deflected for a corner. Here, Bayoza is a good player as he's going forward, to be fair, even though he is supposed to be more of a defensive minded player. He is good when he's going forward on the ball. As here we set up for our second corner kick of the game. Bioza to whip in the cross. Hits it into the middle, but it gets cleared out, and straight from that Everton go on the counter attack with Enner Valencia, and that was just a terrible piece of decision making there from Enner Valencia. As we hold the ball up here with Iverson in goal, Chilwell and Oxford try to link up, but a terrible piece of play, and somehow Ross Barkley misses his chance. That should have been an absolute sitter for Ross Barkley, but instead he slices the shot well wide of the post. Nothing for really Iverson to deal with there. Terrible piece of play from Barkley. As we come forward again, straight from kick-off here, Darnell Johnson gives it into Bioza, who gives it back to Johnson, who gives it to Gray, but here Oviedo intercepts and gives it to Barkley, who gives it back to McCarthy, who gives it into Barkley again. Just skipped around some of our defenders here, and he plays it into Ross Barkley, and he just makes up for missing that absolute sitter of a chance by netting that one. I mean, I don't know what the defenders were doing there, because they let him have that much space, but nonetheless, great finish from Ross Barkley, passing it pretty much into the side of the net. Good goal. Iverson left stood on the spot, couldn't do anything about it. And that is the first goal of the EFL Cup for us, and it goes against us. Here, Everton again come forward. The defence in this game, we were just getting passed around, and we just couldn't do anything to keep up with it. Everton here, as they take another shot, but it gets deflected over the bar. As we come to the corner kick straight after the chance, it's a great whip, but I don't know what happened there. The defenders completely, it's just bouncing off the defenders. It comes straight to James McCarthy, and to be fair, that he really should have scored that. Even at that tighter angle, he had that much time and space. He could have even passed the ball in or chipped the ball back into the box, but he didn't decide to do so. As we come for the corner kick again, a lot of corner kicks in this game, but at this time we come on the counter attack with Barnes playing the ball forward to Abraham here, and what a ball that is from Abraham, straight into Roberta. I thought that was guaranteed one apiece, but Roberta smashes the ball wide of the post. I don't know how he missed that. He was through on goal, no one to intercept him here, but he still hits the ball wide of the post. Fair enough, he is a low rated player and everything, but no matter what, he should be finishing that. As here we see we're coming forward to the ball again, just passing it round the back, being patient with the play, just passing the ball around, doing a couple of trick passes here and there. Passes the ball inside to Abraham here, and Roberta passes the ball to Barnes, who gives the ball out wide to Damari Gray, who brings it into the box here and takes on a couple of defenders. He passes the ball back to Bioza, who gives it to Abraham in a wonderful turn there, beats both of his men and places it wonderfully into the bottom corner. What a finish from the young English lad here, the new signing. What a way to make your debut. I mean, he took it round his player so calmly, beats it another one, and then hits it just under the legs of the Everton defender here, and it goes right into the far corner. There was no chance that Robles was ever getting to that. It was a wonderfully placed shot. As you see, I'm very happy on the touchline here, clapping and giving Abraham some applause for scoring on his debut, as that's the second goal in this game to make it equal and one apiece. As we see Everton come forward on the ball again, Romelu Lukaku is such a difficult player to get off the ball when he's on there. He's got pace, strength, and them crosses I cannot deal with on this game. I don't know how De La Feu missed that chance. It should have been easily 2-1 there. But in this game we were just getting absolutely demolished. And even though we got the goal, that was like the only chance we actually had at getting a goal, apart from the Roberta chance that we really should have took. But we brought on Musa, who comes into the box here, he passes it off, but Abraham puts it wide of the post, which is another shot that should have been a sitter here. We didn't really start to get going until later on in the game, around the 80th minute, where we actually started to create some chances and give Everton a bit of threat here to actually threaten to win and go through to the next round. As we see Everton on the ball here, Jagielka gives the ball to Baines, who gives it into Morales, who turns his man, gives it in to Lukaku, who just cannot get knocked off the ball here. It's a wonderful cross, and again De La Feu with another missed opportunity. And at this point I just couldn't believe we were still in the game and it was still 1-1, because another sliced shot from De La Feu, who really should have had 2, maybe 3 goals in this game. He should have easily been Everton in the first half, and coming into this game really should have just buried us, because they was just making so many opportunities. But here we come into the extra time as we come forward for the first chance, but Albrighton's shot easily gets saved by Joel Robles. He gives it into Tyrus Browning, and they make a wonderful pass here into Lukaku, and Morales beats his man for pace. He gives it out to Baines and gives it back into Morales, and that for the goal to put Everton 2-1 up. I mean, there has some great chances in the actual game, but conceding like that really annoyed me, because fair enough, they did play really well and they did create a lot of chances that they really should have took, but if that was the goal that put us behind, it really did annoy me. I couldn't understand how they couldn't finish the others, but then to go and get a goal from an own goal from Pembe even. And again to come forward with another shot, but Iverson makes the save. As we come for one of the last attacks of the game here, coming forward with Tammy Abraham, who gives it outside. It's Musa to put us 2-2, but it gets deflected over the bar. This literally the last ditch attempt for us to get a goal here. Bioza plays it short into Albrighton, who brings it into the box. He beats 2 men here. He takes it out but brings it back in again. He beats them man for pace, and he's doing so well to keep the ball here, but again Joel Robles making the save, and that really should have been a goal. The way that Albrighton played his way into the box here, but just unluckily, that was the most unluckiest of shots, because Robles only just saved that, and it was only just that his head got in the way and saved them here. As we try the same sort of thing, but Everton tacklers run it upfield, and that was the end of the game at 2-1. And the goal that we conceded to lose the game, really not happy about. We really should have won the game there, but unfortunately not. Everton go through to the next round. That's the end of the video. Please leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys. See you in the